Australia, the vast island continent located in the Southern Hemisphere, is known for its unique wildlife, stunning landscapes, and vibrant culture. But how did this remarkable land come to be called Australia? The name Australia has an intriguing history rooted in exploration and geography. The origin of the name dates back to ancient times when the concept of a southern land, or Terra Australis, first appeared in maps and literature. The term Australia is derived from the Latin word australis, meaning southern. The concept of a southern land was long a subject of speculation for European explorers. In ancient times, it was believed that there must be a large landmass in the Southern Hemisphere to balance the known continents in the north. Early cartographers, influenced by this idea, began to include a vague and imaginary southern landmass on their maps. This land was referred to as Terra Australis, a Latin term meaning southern land. The idea of Terra Australis persisted for centuries, but it was largely speculative until the 16th century when European explorers began venturing further into the southern oceans. The name Australia was first used in the early 19th century by British explorer Matthew Flinders, who is often credited with popularizing the name. Flinders was the first person to circumnavigate the entire continent of Australia, and he used the term Australia in his writings. In 1804, Flinders referred to the continent as Australia in a manuscript, and by 1814, he had further solidified its usage in his published works. Flinders' advocacy for the name was significant because it distinguished the continent from the broader concept of Terra Australis. His work as a navigator and cartographer helped to establish the name in the public consciousness. Before Flinders, the continent was often referred to by various names. The British initially called the land New Holland after the Dutch explorers who had reached the western shores in the early 1600s. The term New Holland remained in use until Flinders' time, but it lacked the geographic specificity that the name Australia eventually provided. The name Australia was seen as more fitting because it reflected the continent's location in the southern part of the world, and it was derived from the Latin word for southern, aligning with the long-held belief of a southern landmass. The adoption of the name Australia was not without controversy. Some argued that the term should be reserved for the entire southern landmass, which was still largely unknown to Europeans at the time. However, the name gradually gained acceptance and came to represent the landmass that is now known as Australia. By the time of its official establishment as a nation in 1901, the name had firmly taken root in global usage. In conclusion, the name Australia has deep historical roots in the exploration and cartography of the Southern Hemisphere. Derived from the Latin term australis, the name reflects the continent's location and the long-standing belief in the existence of a southern land. British explorer Matthew Flinders played a pivotal role in popularizing the name, which eventually supplanted earlier names like New Holland. Today, the name Australia is synonymous with the island continent, representing not only its geographical location, but also its unique identity and culture.